What's up? I want to talk to you about something that changed my view on money and how I'm going to go about making it. I hope this revolutionizes how you think about money. In my ventures of trying to make money, I've gone about it in many different ways. Something that really stood out to me, some people, they have such an advantage over everybody else. The biggest thing that I see is they're not concerned about the exact price of the thing they're selling. What they're concerned about is how quickly they can move it. And by move it, I mean sell their whole stock. As soon as I actually started to sit on this and really think about why, it all just started to click and make sense. It makes no sense to sit on something that takes you a really long time to sell and move through in comparison to something that you can get through faster. That's a no-brainer. What they're concerned about is how quickly can I go from getting this thing to moving it away. And that makes a lot of sense because you're gonna wanna be interacting and selling more of the thing that moves quickly. In a world where trends move up and down so fast, there's very few stable points to make an income stream in comparison to the ones that will come for a little bit and then go away. So what their mind is consistently thinking of is, what can I get and then sell really quickly? And then as they test different things, they go, okay, out of these 5 different things, this one moved the most. It might not make me the most individual profit per item, but it moves the most. It's more important to care about how quickly you can move through something than the total amount of profit you're gonna get from that individual item. It does not matter, because if you're not gonna be able to move it, it doesn't matter how much theoretical profits you're going to make, there's no real world profit. So you might end up sitting for a year on something that you're theoretically gonna make $1,000 off of, when if you just can make a few bucks off of something 1,000 times, then you're way ahead. And that mindset shift is really what propelled me to actually taking different sets of actions for myself that give me a better result. There's another car. Listen up. I want to tell you how I stopped treating money like a mystery. How do you get money? You trade your time or a resource that somebody wants for money. It's that simple. In a nutshell, that's really what it is, but each one of those components has like a million different tiny little minuscule things that you actually have to get into and perfect to really master the flow of making money. Money's often a mystery because most people don't know how to get it. So what I want you to start doing as you're moving through the day, look around you, notice things. Everything you look at has a price tag on it. Mostly, not everything, but just for the sake of the conversation, we're talking in the realm of business. There's money everywhere. The camera I'm recording on, money. The car I drove to get to this location, money. The car that is driving up to ruin this clip, money. The shoes I'm wearing, money. YouTube, the platform you're watching it on, money. Buildings, the building itself, money. This jacket that I'm wearing to keep me warm, money. Everything has a reason and a purpose. If you can learn to fill that purpose, you're gonna get money. The biggest thing that I realize, and hopefully it can be passed down to you, is that the reason money is a mystery is because you don't have a good relationship with it. And the reason why I say that is because if you did, and when I didn't, and now that I have a better relationship with money, I'm starting to actually understand what it is, how it moves, how people move around money. That's just as important as how money moves. If money feels like a mystery to you, it's because you don't realize how abundant it actually is. Because if you did, it wouldn't be a mystery. Doing a lot of thinking probably for the next 2-3 weeks, and that's probably gonna change how you act in the world. And I hope it does. If I'm sparking any ideas for you, let me know in the comments because I really want to talk to you guys about your ideas as well. Potentially do some virtual meetings with some of you guys and bring some of your ideas to life. Let me know what they are in the comments and make sure to subscribe while you're there. Look, it's really simple. You don't need a brand to start making money. You need a brand to scale your business. But you absolutely don't need a brand to make money. The very first way I started making money was by using my camera to record live artists, to capture their live gigs, make album covers, and create promotional content. That's not a brand, that's a service. Once you make your business, you then create a brand around that to grow it. You don't need the brand to start. That's the second or third step. You need to start by providing value. There's many ways to do this. If you're really good at painting, is there a brand in that? You can make a brand out of that, but that's not a brand. And that's what you need to make money at the beginning. Take this example. Taylor Swift. She is a brand. Random person on the street playing guitar, collecting tips. Do they have a brand? Probably not. I mean, they can make one, but they're both making money. There's a difference between the two, and I think you can see where I'm going with this. You don't need a brand to start making money. So the first thing that you need to do is go figure out what you can do to help somebody, help them, and then get paid. And even before that, you need to know what you're good at. So if you don't know what you're good at, figure that out first and do that.